What is up, guys? Cal's Prowling Junk Removal. If you guys watch the channel, then you would know a couple videos ago we had a company basically partner up with us, and I would take care of their trash, and in return they would promote me on their social media, and I could put up a flyer in the entrance to their building. So it's a little too soon to see if it's been worth it or not, and I didn't sign a contract or anything, so if it ends up not being worth it, I can back out at any time. But in the meantime, I want to try it out just to see. So we're headed there right now, and the only thing that this job really entails is once a week I have to stop by and I have to empty 2 bags of trash from the trash cans outside of their building. So that's it. So yeah, I'm about 8 minutes away, and then after that I'll go pick up the trailer, and then we can get these junk removal jobs knocked out for the day. Alright, we just pulled up. We just made it, so if you guys watch the channel, then you know this is the same spot. So the only thing that we have to do is empty the bag out of this trash can and this little tiny trash can right here, and that's it. So yeah, let's get that emptied real quick and get out of here. I'm just gonna empty them in the back because he didn't put a bag in this, so it's gonna make a mess. Put this one back. Just gotta put this in the front, let them know we came by, and that's it. We just got that done and out of the way with. Like I said, I'm just gonna try this out just to see if it's worth it. Right now I really don't know if it is, just because it's too soon, but you know, I'm willing to give it a try. So anyways, we got that knocked out. That only took about 5 minutes. Now I'm gonna go ahead over to the trailer, pick that up, and then head to the first job for today. Alright, we just made it to the first job. This is all it is, probably like eight stick branches or so. Yeah, that's it. So it's gonna be pretty easy. We parked back there, so I just gotta walk with it, but I mean, there's enough to where this is only gonna be about 2 trips. Might be able to get this in one if we drag it, but if not, 2 trips and we'll be good. Let's see though. Yeah, we can drag most of it. Yeah. We almost got everything. Just gotta come back for that little bit. Yeah, that's it. It's like 3 branches, maybe 2 branches, and that was it. Yeah, it was literally 2 branches. Like I said, these jobs, you know, the ones like this where it takes 3 minutes to do, They're good for me, but it's not good for you guys watching for content, just because I'm already done and I just came here for the job. Alright, on to the next one. Anyways, we're about 12 minutes away from the next job. This is for a repeat customer. She's given us tons of jobs before. And she's also given us like referral jobs as well. So it's super nice to have clients like that. But anyways, we're about 12 minutes away and we're gonna be picking up some demo. So I'll pick up the camera once we get there. Alright, we just pulled up to the job. This is the pile on the curb. It's honestly not too much, just a small little demo pile. And there's another pile up here I'll show you. Here's the other pile. This one's a little bigger and also has more loose trash. So this one will take a little longer, but it's no big deal. So I'm gonna do that pile up by the garage. I'm gonna use a bucket and pretty much just fill up the bucket as much as I can each time and make some trips and then just dump it in the trailer. And then that one on the curb, I'll just back up to it and I'll just toss it in there. Alright, what I'm gonna do first is actually just get this one out of the way. Then I'll get the one by the garage. And I'll probably put that one on the time lapse just to kind of change it up a little bit. But yeah, let's get this one out of here first. I just went in there a second ago and packed all that wood up there just to make some more room. And I'm going to continue doing that throughout this. Holy crap, that thing is heavy as hell. Alright, just got everything thrown back up there. And we're almost done with this pile, just a little more. Surprised it didn't break. Sucked, this thing was so heavy. I'm just gonna walk it, screw it. It's too heavy to pick up. There you go. It's not a lot of scrap, but it's better than nothing. Forgot as well, she wanted me to dump these 2 trash cans. She put them out at the curb, but the city won't take it because it's all construction debris. I mean, this thing's, that's heavy right there, so I'm gonna throw this in real quick, then I'll get started on the garage pile. Alright, both these are empty now. Now we can get started on this pile. This box of tile is not going to be fun. Oh, I hate tile. Grab this drywall bundle before I grab the bucket. God damn, this is a heavy ass door. Yeah, I'm gonna have to drag this thing, it's so heavy. Alright, this will be the last bucket I take. Then I'm going to put you guys on a tripod and finish this job up. Before I start the time lapse on that pile out front, I'm just going to show you kind of what they got going on. So all the flooring, looks like they painted this wall. That's pretty cool right there. New railing on the stairs. Looks like they're doing new stairs themselves. New doors, new paint, new kitchen, new cabinets. I mean, this place is looking pretty nice. Yeah, looks good. Anyways, just wanted to show you a little bit before I start this pile, but now I'm gonna get after it now. Alright, well that's how we're looking. Most of the pile's gone. Definitely still have to clean up the ground. And then we still have this tile box, this trash can, and then I forgot about this one. Just trashing this one. So I'll get this one dumped real quick, then I'll finish off this pile. Alright, we just got everything removed. Now I'm gonna get the leaf blower and blow off the patio. Alright, this is how we're looking back here. Pretty good mount. But I started not packing it, as you can tell, those walls up there on the side, on the front. We got about a foot to 2 foot up there to start piling, but I wasn't about to start packing all this. I mean, this is tile, stuff like that, super heavy, so I'm not going to carry it all the way up there. So anyways, yeah, this job's a wrap. We also got a little more scrap, not a whole lot. There's a whole bunch of black little tubes in there, as you can see, and then that little trim part as well. And it looks like these used to be something to hold up a shelf, so that's everything for scrap for this job. That job wrapped up. Now we're headed to the second one, and luckily everything today is super close. We only have a 7-minute drive to this job, then we'll be there. And this job also is going to be a lot easier than that job we just completed, but like I was saying a couple of videos ago, you know, I wanted some bigger jobs, and well, here we go. This is better for content, stuff like that. Just, it's not better for my body because it's more work. But either way, I'm headed to the next job. I'll pick up the camera once I get there and I'll show you guys everything. Alright guys, here's the next job. We just pulled up. So I was just gonna get all the trash, but then I offered her kind of a discount since the trailer's a little more than halfway full to get the brush as well. And she took it, so we're gonna get everything. All the brush, all the trash, everything here. Throw it up in there. And she was nice enough to give us this energy drink and this protein bar, so that's very nice of her. I'm gonna get started on the trash first and then separate the metal, and that'll go in the bed of my truck. But I'll get started on the trash first, then the brush, just because the brush is a little harder to kind of pack in there and make sure it all fits. So I'll do that part last. I almost forgot to take a picture. I always do that. That'll be the reference spot for the picture. Grab this glass before it becomes a problem. Christmas trees are scrap, so I can scrap that. I'm glad I checked this. So a decent amount of scrap in there. Oh, that was nasty water. Chandelier. Also scrap. It's a decent little scrap pile so far. Oh, that's cute. Cute for the scrap pile. See ya. Oh man, there's a good amount of brush here. Really hope I can fit this all in there. It's just the thing with brush that sucks is pulling it out, trying to pack it in there, everything gets intertwined, so then it's impossible to move. That's the only thing that sucks about brush or doing jobs like that. Wow, I almost just died there. We're just doing jobs like that where, you know, brush is involved, but yeah, hopefully I can fit everything. It's a decent amount of brush, man. I guess we'll see. I'm gonna try my best though. There we go, some surprise scrap for us. It's empty. That's scrap too. We honestly almost got all the junk in except for obviously the stuff that's still out. The scrap pile's not going in there. But stuff like this, these posts, this fence panel, that one, looks like there's a flower pot, hose, wooden bench, stuff like that still needs to go in, but I mean, majority of it looks like it's already in. So what I'm gonna do now is start working on this brush here. Since I got most of the trash in, it's gonna be hard to tell. I mean, you can't really see it on camera, the brush, too well, so what I'm gonna do is try to separate it a little bit, and then I'm gonna pick up the GoPro in a second. But yeah, I'm not gonna record this part. I'm just gonna kind of show you the aftermath, just because it's kind of hard to tell on video. All right, so I'm just doing a little update from the last clip. It's been about an hour, and the only thing on this pile or on this side is that fence panel, this branch, and that really big branch. It's only 2 branches, these 2. There's just a whole bunch of branches on that one, but that's one branch. This is one branch, that fence panel. Everything else on this side is gone. And obviously there's still a whole bunch of stuff in the middle here, but I'm trying to kind of stage the branches here. So here's one pile that's ready to go. I'm about to step on this one, kind of get it down a little bit. And this will be the second pile. And then up here, I kind of just started. I haven't really done a whole lot. But yeah, branches, this pile, and you know, the fences, which is gonna suck, but yeah, we're getting done. All right, once again, here's an update. We left all the metal, those 2 tree branches again, these two fence panels and a little bit of brush. There's another branch there, and then just this little pile. She wants to keep this, so that's staying. But yeah, just this little pile, the trash, the metal. I'm not sure how well you can tell it, it's kind of camouflaged in there, but the metal things in this pile are staying. All the trash is going, but I have no room, so I'm gonna have to come back. So right now I'm gonna head to the transfer station and get unloaded. Bro's just hanging out in the back of the truck. Anyways, we're about to pull up to the transfer station and get this thing unloaded. Man guys, it is hot as balls. I really shouldn't, honestly, now I'm thinking about it, I really shouldn't have given her the discount to remove the brush as well. It's honestly not a whole bunch, but what I said I'd do it for an extra $100, and honestly it's just a hassle at this point. And before I said it was gonna be an extra $250, but the reason why I settled for just $100 was because I was already there and I didn't have any other job scheduled, so I wanted to make a little extra money. And on top of that, she said she has multiple properties, so if I give her a decent price, then, you know, she's gonna continue using me. So I guess I'm kind of taking the L, kind of not. You know, it's just one of those things where it's a learning curve, you know? So regardless, we're gonna get it done, and let's get this thing dumped real quick so we can head on back and get this wrapped up. Man, this dump fee was expensive. $199, and it was 5,060 pounds total. That sucks. Could see from that GoPro video of me dumping all that dust afterwards. I'm not sure if it's gonna pick it up or not until I'm editing the video, but there was a lot of dust, and all that dust was from the tiles, stuff like that, and that's also why this load was so heavy, and that's also why this load was so expensive to dump. So yeah, it's just a part of the game, you know. You can't just reject the job because it has tile. You know, you're gonna have to just deal with it sometimes. But yeah, that's that. And I got a 35-minute drive back to the job and to finish it. Just like that, there goes $250 straight out the window. Whew. All right guys, we just made it back. Yeah, so there really isn't a ton left over. Like I said, it's just the branches, just a couple branches, that fence panel, this one, and then the miscellaneous trash in here. Like I said, the metal is not trash. They are keeping that. So yeah, there's not a ton left. I just had no more room. And then of course the scrap pile, but I'm gonna put that in last because I'm gonna put it at the back of the trailer because I'm gonna pull this out. This isn't trash. I will get paid for this in scrap money, so that's why it's separated still, and that's why I'm gonna sort it. I'm not sure what that powder is. Not entirely sure what that is, but whatever. Man, I honestly hate brush just because without cutting each limb off, it just gets stuck together and it's a pain in the ass. I brought my 16-foot trailer, which obviously I went in for a job this size, but this is a 20-foot trailer or dumpster, and I mean that's about 4 to 5 feet. It's crazy how big these branches are. Now, obviously I could cut them up, make it a little smaller, save some room, but that's just extra work. And at this point, I just want to get out of here, and what I'll do is I'll get up there, I'll kind of stomp on them, get these branches down, get the branches down a little bit. Then what I'll do, I'll get one of these, both the fence panels, stack it up there, then I'll start putting trash on it. So hopefully all that weight kind of flattens it down. But yeah, I mean this limb, this is essentially a tree. I mean, it's a thick, that's a thick base. That's probably about, well, this way, that's probably about 7 to 8 inches. This way, about 5 inches. So this is basically a tree right here. And I'm gonna move it without cutting it up. And this one is probably about 20 feet. Oh, I can see if I can flip it up, because I don't want this one going in backwards. Got to be careful around, I mean this is a brand new Expedition Limited. Gotta be careful around this stuff. Holy crap. Yeah, look at that. Man, that sucks. It's probably about 22 foot. Grab the rest of these branches. Once I do that, I'll start recording the other stuff, but this part's boring and I want to save my battery a little bit. Alright guys, here we go. Finally wrapped up. That's what the whole trailer is looking like. So pretty much these are obviously metal, but it kind of goes like this. That bucket and then across here. Everything this way is all metal. So we'll be pulling that out. We'll get extra space and we'll get some scrap money. So yeah, let me show you guys everything removed. Obviously this whole section's done. Back there, everything's removed. The only thing I have, obviously everything on the driveway is gone. The only thing I have to put in is this. And that's just because I want to show you guys everything in there before I put that on, because it'll be a little difficult to see. But everything else is removed. This pile gone, and like we said, the only thing that was staying was the metal pile. So we got everything removed over here. This pile, a little bit of stuff there, but that stuff right there they're keeping. So yeah, fence panels, there used to be a fence here, gone. Everything is removed. That was a lot of work, but we got it done. Alright guys, I'm sorry for not recording too much on that last job. It was honestly just so hot and it took a lot longer than I anticipated, so I was just trying to get it done if I'm being real. But we got it done. What I'm going to do now is just go put all the metal in this trailer into the actual metal trailer that I use for scrap and then call it a day. Alright guys, I just pulled out all the metal in the scrap trailer. I'll show you that now. So this is what we got in the scrap trailer, and this was completely empty right before I threw everything in. Then finally, these garage shelves were also scrap metal, but I'm gonna try to sell it. I'm gonna list these all three for 20 bucks. And then these rake heads and whatever that is, I'm gonna try to sell all together for like an antique collector or something like that. They can use it as a hanger or something. I'm gonna try to sell these all together for 10 bucks. And then this tan shelf, or this tan piece in the middle, whatever you call it, outdoor metal piece, I'm gonna try to list this as well for like 10 bucks. I'm gonna list those things, just those couple things up for sale, and that'll help cover some dump fees or some fuel, stuff like that, just to, you know, try to even it out where I can, just because it's so expensive just running this company. So that's what I'm gonna do. And if you guys are interested, I have a Instagram for everything I sell, and you can just tell right here I get a lot of good stuff, and I just started this Instagram recently. So yeah, all these things on here, like it says in the bio, giving items from junk removal jobs a new home at a discounted price. So it's a win-win for me, it's a win-win for whoever buys it, because everything is good. I don't sell trash, I sell good things in decent quality. And yeah, I just sell it for cheap, and that just helps me out. It kind of evens out some dump fees or some fuel costs. So I appreciate you guys watching, if you guys made it this far, and go ahead and come back for the next video. Until then, catch you guys later. Peace.